Let's cross to Palestinian affairs analyst Osama Nazzal, who's in the occupied WestBank city of Jenin. Osama, good to have you on the show. Has the rolling back of this law come as a surprise to many Palestinians?
The Israeli law of resuming the policy of settlement is not surprising to any Palestinian because Israel has never stopped building and expanding its colonial settlements at the Palestinians' land in the occupied West Bank and in Jerusalem. So the number of the Israeli settlers these days is close to 800,000, and the Palestinians are not allowed to cultivate or to build or to have any benefit from 62% of the whole area of the West Bank, as Israel considers this area under its full military control, and it acts the way it likes in terms of building settlements or military camps or colonial outposts. So the Israeli policy of building settlements has never stopped, and Israel reneged on all its promises and all its pledges that it took under Oslo Accord.
After the recent escalation in violence in the area, this really does come as more bad news to Palestinians, doesn't it?
Yeah, of course. The situation in the Palestinian territory is unbearable because of the Israeli continuing aggression, killing more Palestinians in the different cities, mainly in Jenin and Nablus in the occupied West Bank, building more colonial settlements, erecting checkpoints at the Palestinian roads, and the Palestinian territory now is just like the Swiss cheese. If you want to move from one city to another, you have to pass through the Israeli iron and electronic gates, and you have to experience all forms of humiliation and insult at the hands of the Israeli soldiers. And what makes the situation more dangerous really here is the Israeli settlers' violence against the Palestinians, this violence that is encouraged and supported by the Israeli official government. And we should remind all the world of the statement by the Israeli Minister of Finance just yesterday, Smotrich, when he said that there is nothing called Palestinian people. So Israel is not only building settlements in the Palestinian territories. Israel now is denying the right of the Palestinian people to exist. And beyond that, Israel also is threatening the regional countries like Jordan. And we saw the map that Smotrich, the Israeli finance minister, used yesterday as a signal from his government that the policy of annexation is not only threatening the occupied West Bank, but also the state of Jordan. So the danger of the current Israeli government is now going beyond the Palestinian territories and the Palestinian people to include the regional countries. So the situation is getting really from bad to worse, and talking about any opportunity for peace or for a two-state solution, I think is just a dream that is difficult to become true.
As you mentioned, there's been an escalation in certain language used, but do you predict that there will be an escalation in violence after this?
Now, violence has never stopped over mainly the last 2 years. It was like at the top, it was like at the peak. Why? Because the Israeli government allowed the Israeli settlers to get armed to the teeth and to attack the Palestinian farmers, to attack the Palestinian villages. And we all saw what happened in the village of Hawara weeks ago, burning the houses, shooting at the citizens and killing and injuring them. So Israel doesn't have a peace plan to calm down the situation and to sit on the table of negotiations and talks politics with the Palestinians. Israel has one stand and one plan: expanding its colonial settlements, stealing more Palestinian land, silencing the Palestinian people. And I think it is very important now to talk about the Israeli escalation against the Palestinian prisoners held in Israeli prisons. And the Palestinian prisoners now announced that they are going to declare a state of disobedience and hunger strike due to the Israeli prisons authority decision and the threat to deprive them of the very simple and the very basic human rights. So when we talk about the Palestinian situation, we are talking about a very complicated situation, a situation that has no ray of hope because Israel is getting everything to the lowest level, which means that only aggression, only blockade, threatening the Palestinian people, denying their existence. So we don't see any ray of hope as long as this extremist, rightist Israeli government does exist. And the whole world, and mainly the United States, are giving only lip service and words, but there is no action on the ground. So the Palestinian people are facing this fascist, Nazist government alone, and what is waiting the Palestinians and what is lying ahead is going to be much worse and more dangerous than what the Palestinians have now.
Osama Nazzal in the occupied West Bank. Thank you. Now.